Stop scrolling. Because the audio leak detonating across the internet right now isn't just shocking, it's historic. We are looking at the most chaotic, dangerous, career-ending moment in hip-hop since the invention of conspiracy blogs. A secret phone call, allegedly between drill superstar Lil Varo and his top affiliates, has surfaced. And the things he says in this recording are so wild, so incriminating, so catastrophically reckless, that fans are calling it the leak that ends a dynasty. The clip is only 17 seconds long, but every single one of those seconds feels like a federal agent's dream come true. Varo's unmistakable voice muttering the words, "Handle that evidence, don't let nobody find nothing." And the way he says it? Calm, cold, like this wasn't panic, it was protocol. Within minutes, timelines imploded, screenshots flew, burner accounts posted cryptic threats, and the number-free Varo crowd went dead silent for the first time in years. Because this wasn't a diss. This wasn't a lyric. This wasn't an interview being twisted out of context. This was a private call. Meant for one set of ears, now streaming across the entire planet. But here's the part that has everyone losing their minds. Insiders are claiming the leak didn't come from the feds, didn't come from rivals, didn't come from hackers. It came from inside Varo's own circle. And once you find out which affiliates secretly recorded him, everything you thought you knew about loyalty, betrayal, and this entire case collapses. The moment that leaked call hit the internet, everything stopped. Not just timelines, not just comment sections, the entire culture froze like somebody unplugged the world. Because this wasn't a rumor, a blurry screenshot, or some half-baked insider claim. This was audio. Real sound. Real voices. Real panic. And the first person to confirm its authenticity was someone nobody expected, a burner account connected to a man who used to be Varo's closest lieutenant, a shadowy figure known in the streets only as Maceo Red. He reposted the leak with a caption that instantly turned the rap world radioactive. He thought we wasn't recording. That single sentence sent shockwaves from Chicago to New York to Atlanta, every blogger scrambling, every YouTuber hitting record, every fan spamming refresh like their lives depended on it. Suddenly the narrative flipped completely. Because for years, Lil Varo had been untouchable. The streets loved him. The labels protected him. The industry crowned him. But a voice memo, 17 seconds chopped out of a longer call, shattered the myth in one breath. And the scariest part wasn't what he said. It was what he didn't say. The leaked clip starts with static, then footsteps, then Varo's voice whispering something nearly impossible to decode. But then, crystal clear, cold as winter steel, he says, "Handle that evidence. Don't let nobody find nothing." No hesitation, no fear, no second guessing. Like he'd said it 100 times before. Like this was just Tuesday. Immediately, fans started arguing if it was even real. But that lasted only minutes, because then the full audio dropped and it was 10 times worse. In the extended clip, Varo mentions names, places, dates, and one line so insane, so bold, so dangerous, bloggers refused to play it on air because they didn't want to get subpoenaed. One of the affiliates in the background says, "They already watching us." And Varo responds with the line that blew the case wide open, "Then make them watch nothing." That's when chaos erupted. Within hours, anonymous sources claiming to be tied to Varo's management team started releasing DMs, screenshots, even partial transcripts of group chats used by his crew. The most shocking message came from a chat titled "Family Only, No Outsiders." One user believed to be Maceo Red posted a screenshot of Varo asking him to double-check the stash location before the police searched it. Fans lost their minds. It wasn't confirmation. But it was close enough to ignite a digital wildfire. And the timing couldn't be worse. Lil Varo was already under investigation for the Ridgeview Plaza shooting, an unsolved case swirling with rumors, half-truths, and street whispers. Police had been circling him for months, but publicly, he played it cool. Smiled. Dressed clean. performed on stages, like nothing bothered him. But this new leak, especially its timing, looked like a nuclear bomb dropped right on top of his defense. Because investigators had been hinting for weeks that they needed one more piece before they moved forward. And now? It felt like that piece had just delivered itself. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. The leak didn't go viral because a fan found it, or because a blogger hacked into someone's phone. No. According to multiple insiders, the clip was intentionally posted by one of Vero's own people, and not just any affiliate. This was someone who had been with him since the beginning. Someone who had keys to the studio, access to the crew house. Someone who Vero trusted enough to give burner phones, security codes, and private access. The first person everyone pointed to was Lil Rome, the soft-spoken but deadly serious right-hand man who handled most of Vero's business for years. But Rome quickly denied it, posting on his story, "Y'all slow, this ain't me. This some whole different energy." Others accused Draco, the youngest shooter in the crew. But Draco was in jail on a weapons charge, so it wasn't him either. Then all eyes landed on the one name nobody dared say out loud: Spade Angelo. Spade wasn't just an affiliate, he was Vero's closest friend, his brother in everything except blood, the one who held him down when he was broke, when he was fighting cases, when labels refused to sign him, the one Vero always shouted out first at award shows, the one featured on his biggest songs, the one who fans loved almost as much as they loved Vero himself. And that's exactly why the betrayal hit so hard. Leaked DMs showed a conversation where Spade allegedly tells someone, "I ain't taking no fall for him, he know what he did." Immediately, fans went nuclear. Theories exploded everywhere. Did Vero blame Spade for the Ridgeview shooting? Did Spade feel like Vero was setting him up? Was this leaked call revenge? Protection? A warning? Everything spiraled even further when a voice message surfaced from a female crew member known as Nia Keys, who had been around Vero for years. In her message, she says, "Y'all act like y'all don't know the truth. He been losing control. Everybody tired of covering for him." Fans replayed it a million times. Was she talking about Vero? Was she talking about Spade hiding the phone? Was she confirming the call? Within 24 hours, Lil Vero himself finally reacted, not with a statement, not with an interview, but with a single cryptic message on X. "If it wasn't said to you directly, then it wasn't meant for you." That only made things worse. Because now fans wondered if he was admitting the call was real, or if he was bluffing. But then, a second leak dropped. This time, it wasn't audio. It was video. A grainy clip taken inside a dimly lit apartment, showing Vero pacing back and forth, shouting into a phone. The audio is distorted, but one sentence is loud and unmistakable. "If he turn on me, he gon' regret it. I swear to God." That's when the industry started reacting. Rappers unfollowed him. Producers archived photos. A major festival quietly removed Vero's name from their promotional posters. Sponsors posted generic statements about reviewing partnerships. Even DJs who had supported him for years stopped playing his tracks for fear of getting caught in the crossfire. But the biggest reaction came from a legend and OG rapper known for staying out of drama who posted, "This how empires fall." Not from ops, from insiders. Just when everyone thought things couldn't get any crazier, another insider came forward with a warning. It will end everything. And with that, the entire world waited, not knowing that the next leak would hit harder than anything that came before, and reveal a betrayal so deep, so personal, so dangerous, it would tear Vero's entire empire apart. The second leak didn't drop like news. It dropped like a detonation. Right as fans were still rewinding the first call, debating every whisper, arguing over whether Vero really said handle that evidence, a brand new recording surfaced out of nowhere, this time posted anonymously from an account calling itself Truth for the Culture. It appeared, then vanished, then appeared again on 2 different platforms, then got screen recorded thousands of times before moderators could take it down. And this one wasn't a whisper or a slip-up. It was a full-blown meltdown. The recording begins with frantic breathing, furniture scraping, and someone almost definitely Vero shouting, "Where is he? Where did he go? Somebody better tell me before I lose my mind." His voice was shaking, not with fear, but with a rage that sounded sharpened enough to cut through concrete. In the background, another voice whispers, "Bro, calm down. You making it worse." But Vero wasn't calming down. Not even close. He shouts again, louder, "I know he leaked something. I know it. Ain't nobody else got access but him." And then he says the name that sent millions of fans spiraling into disbelief, Spade. Social media didn't just react, it exploded. Within minutes, hashtags popped up accusing Spade Angelo of betrayal, snitching, backdooring, setting Vero up, and playing double agent. Fans dug up old interviews where Spade called Vero his twin, old tweets praising loyalty, old backstage videos showing the two embracing like brothers. And now, those same videos circulated with captions like, "This man sold him out." But the recording wasn't done. After calling out Spade, Vero suddenly drops his voice to a chilling whisper. "If he flipped. If he really flipped. Then we ain't talking anymore. We acting." The room goes silent. You can hear someone swallow nervously. Then another voice says, "Vero, bro, listen, we don't even know if he's the one. What if this came from Nia? Or from that little dude Maceo been running around with?" That sparks something. Vero responds, "Maceo Red? Man, he wouldn't dare. He know what we got on him." Instinctively, fans replayed that line thousands of times. What did Varo have on Maceo? What were they hiding? What secrets were buried under the surface of their entire empire? Theories sprouted instantly. Some said Maceo had been caught stealing money. Others claimed he had been cooperating with police for months. One thread even suggested he had been secretly recording the entire crew for years. But then the twist. A new voice joins the recording, calm, collected, almost eerie in how relaxed it sounds compared to the chaos around him. And fans instantly recognized it as Spade Angelo. He says only one sentence. One sentence that shifted the entire narrative. "Vero, you should have answered your phone before things got this far." In the background, multiple people shout in shock. Vero freezes. You can hear his breathing stop. Then he erupts. "You been listening? You been on the line? Bro, you playing with fire. You don't know what you just did." Spade answers calmly, "I know exactly what I did." Click. The recording cuts off. But within an hour, Spade himself posted on his story, "If the truth gets me killed, at least they'll know it was real." That sent fans into hysteria. Some believed he was scared for his life, others believed he was taunting Vero, some thought he was trying to draw attention. But then hackers leaked messages showing that Spade had been trying to warn Varo about a police raid, days before the first leaked call even surfaced. Screenshots showed Spade writing, "They coming sooner than you think. Clean your circle, somebody talking." But Vero allegedly left him on scene. Now fans questioned everything. Had Vero turned on Spade first? Was Spade actually trying to protect him? Was the first leak revenge or survival? Things escalated even more when a third leak surfaced, not audio, but a text thread labeled Varo Damage Control. It showed 4 members of the inner circle discussing deleting phones, swapping SIM cards, erasing cloud backups, even ditching an entire apartment. But the most damning line came from a contact saved as Romeo Cutthroat, who wrote, "If he thinks Spade folded, wait till he finds out who really sent that call out." When fans zoomed in, a small timestamp showed the message was sent 2 days before the leaks went public. That meant someone planned the disaster. Not an accident. Not a panic decision. A coordinated betrayal. Meanwhile, reporters found out police were already investigating the Ridgeview case again, now with new digital evidence. Every blogger went crazy, assuming they were talking about the leaks. But insiders with alleged ties to the legal system claimed it wasn't just the leaked calls. They said authorities had obtained a full 7-minute recording that hadn't been released to the public yet. And according to one anonymous tipster, the worst leaks aren't public. And the person who released them didn't do it to expose Varro, they did it to save themselves. That's when speculation shifted toward Draco, the youngest shooter of the crew, the one who had been locked up since early summer. A user claiming to be from his pod in jail posted, "Draco been talking wild, said he ain't going down alone, said everybody gonna feel what he felt." Now fans wondered, was Draco the true source of all the leaks? Did he leak the calls to force Varro to help him? Or was someone framing him? But even as theories erupted, Varro himself went live unexpectedly at 3:14 a.m. He looked exhausted, furious, desperate, and the first thing he said was, "They trying to split the family, they trying to have me crash out. I ain't stupid, I know who did it, and I promise you, everything gonna come to the light." But instead of calming fans, the live stream ignited a new fire. Viewers pointed out strange noises in the background. Some swore they heard Spade's voice, others insisted Varro was hiding in one of the safe houses he claimed he didn't own. A few even claimed someone else was in the room whispering instructions. The live ended abruptly with Varro saying, "I gotta handle something. If anything happened to me, y'all know why." Cut. Dark screen. No explanation. And right as fans were still processing it, leak #4 hit, the one that would change everything forever. A voice note from an unknown man saying, "They don't even know the call wasn't the real evidence. Wait till they hear what he said after he hung up." And with that, the world braced itself. Because the next leak wasn't just going to expose Varro, it was going to destroy him. The third leak didn't release like a normal drop. It didn't go viral or trend like the others. No, this one hit the internet like somebody pulled the fire alarm in the middle of a war zone. Phones buzzed simultaneously. Screens blacked out, then refreshed. Accounts that hadn't posted in months suddenly woke up just to upload one thing, the final recording. And the second it began playing, fans knew why everyone who heard it before had stayed silent. It didn't start with yelling. It didn't start with threats. It didn't even start with Varro's voice. It started with a police scanner. Static. A dispatcher mumbling codes. Then officers responding to something urgent, something happening in real time. Then, layered over that, came the unmistakable sound of Varro breathing into a phone. Calm. Too calm. Not the panicked, frustrated Varro from the earlier leaks. Not the raging, betrayed Varro fans had watched spiral online. This version of him sounded cold, focused, almost emotionless. He speaks slowly. "If they got the footage, it's done. We need that drive gone. Tonight." A shadowy voice answers. Which one? The one at Ridgeview or the studio backup? Varro pauses. Then, all of them. Fans instantly recognize the tone that chilling command voice Varro only used when he was making decisions that nobody dared question. And the affiliate on the line? It wasn't Spade. It wasn't Maceo. It wasn't Draco. It was someone nobody had suspected. A new voice. Someone deeper in the operation. Someone Varro trusted more than the rest. A man they called Silas 1, a ghost-like figure rumored to be the fixer behind half of Varro's problems. Silas sighs. "Bro, there's something you need to know." Then the recording glitches twice like whoever captured it didn't want to be caught. When the audio returns, Silas drops the sentence that sent the internet into total meltdown. "The drive ain't the problem. The real evidence is somebody in your circle." Varro's breathing shifts. "Who?" Silas answers slowly. "The person on your side ain't on your side no more." Those words rippled through the culture like lightning cracking open the sky. Fans already assumed someone had flipped. Already suspected Spade or Maceo or Draco. But Silas's tone suggested something deeper. Something darker. Then Silas adds, "It's not who you think." That one line broke the internet. Every timeline exploded into theories. Reddit caught fire. TikTok detectives stitched entire breakdowns. Comment sections turned into war zones of accusations and conspiracies. Was it Nia Keys? Was it someone from Varro's management? Was it a label assistant? Was it one of his own siblings? But before people could settle on a suspect, the recording continued, and this time, Vero's voice cracked. Not out of anger. Not out of fear. Out of betrayal. He whispers, "Tell me it's not Rome. Please tell me it's not him." And Silas remained silent. Fans screamed. Rome. Vero's childhood friend. The most loyal soldier in the entire crew. The guy who held the cameras during their grind. The guy who slept on Vero's couch for 2 years when they first started. The one person Vero always said he would trust with his life. But why Rome? Why would he be the one to expose him? Silas finally answers. "I seen the messages, bro. I heard the recordings. He been talking to someone. Someone wearing a badge." Vero's breathing stops. Then he mutters, "Rome wouldn't do that." Silas responds, "You sure?" Vero snaps, "Yes, I'm sure." But in the background, the faintest whisper can be heard, someone else in the room murmuring, "That's why he, the perfect one to do it." At that moment, fans collectively lost their minds. Theories poured in like hot oil on fire. Some said Rome got caught up in his own unrelated case and flipped to avoid prison. Others said the police planted someone close to Vero months ago. Others believed Rome didn't flip willingly, they believed he was threatened, manipulated, or tricked into talking. But then came the next twist. Silas speaks again, softer this time. "There's something else." Vero growls, "What now?" Silas hesitates, and then delivers the betrayal no one saw coming. Rome wasn't the only one on that call. You had a third line tapped in. Silence. Then Vero whispers, "Who?" Silas inhales sharply. "You ain't ready for that answer." The recording ends abruptly, exactly at the moment a police siren blares louder than everything else, almost drowning out a final faint sentence from Vero. He was supposed to die before he talked. That final line sent shockwaves across every platform. Fans replayed it frame by frame, filtering the audio, enhancing the background, slowing it down. Was Vero talking about Rome? About Draco? About a completely different affiliate? The internet couldn't decide, but everyone agreed on one thing. This wasn't just a leaked call anymore. This was a confession. Not legally, but publicly. And the fallout hit instantly. Rome finally broke his silence with a message posted at 4:02 a.m. "I ain't say nothing. Y'all don't know the real story." But minutes later, a blurry photo surfaced of him standing outside a federal building with 2 agents. The image went viral in seconds. Some claimed it was fake, some claimed it was old. Others swore it was taken that day. The debate roared into chaos. And just when fans decided Rome might be the mole, a brand new anonymous post appeared from an account named The Final Key, claiming, "You blaming the wrong man. Rome didn't leak the evidence. Rome didn't record the call. Rome didn't betray him. The truth gonna hurt way more." Attached was a file labeled Vero Endgame Unreleased Leak Hash 5. But when fans opened it, it was password protected. And the message said, "Password drops when the world is ready." The culture froze. Nobody knew what was coming next. Nobody knew if the leak was real, fake, or a setup. But one thing was clear. The final leak wasn't just going to expose the mole. It wasn't just going to expose Lil Vero. It was going to expose everything, every lie, every cover-up, every betrayal, every secret buried inside the crew. And the most terrifying part? The person releasing the leaks knew Vero personally, knew the crew, knew the code words, knew the operations, knew how to access their private recordings, which meant the mole wasn't Spade, wasn't Maceo, wasn't Draco, wasn't Rome. The mole was someone closer, someone deeper, someone who had been with Vero since day one. Not a friend, not an affiliate, not even a crew member. The mole was family. And the final leak, the one still locked behind that password, contained the name. And if you're still here right now, still breathing after everything we just uncovered, still trying to wrap your head around the betrayals, the leaks, the secrets, the evidence, the hidden mole inside Lil Vero's own family, then listen closely, because what comes next may be the most dangerous chapter this culture has ever seen. We are standing at the edge of a storm that hasn't even fully formed yet. The leaked calls were just the beginning. The text threads, the midnight messages, the burner account warnings, all of that was prelude. But that encrypted file, the one labeled Varro Endgame, the one that refuses to open without a password, that file is the real bomb. And when it finally unlocks, it won't just expose Varro, it'll expose the person he trusted more than anyone on Earth. The person who broke the code of loyalty. The person who destroyed the empire, from the inside out. If you miss that moment, if you blink, you will be completely left behind. So here's what you need to do right now. Like this video before the algorithm buries the truth. Drop a comment with who you think the real mole is, because the culture is watching those theories in real time. And subscribe immediately, because the second that password drops, the second Leakhash 5 becomes public, the second the final name is revealed, we're covering it right here first, before anybody else even has time to react. Don't take chances. Don't wait for someone else to tell you what happened. Stay locked in, stay alert, and stay ready. Because the final leak is coming, and when it hits, the entire world is going to change.